Hello, everyone. Welcome back to First Listen Media. And today I am with a member of Stone Senate. What's up, dude?
Hey, how are you, brother?
I'm doing great, man. How are you on this lovely day?
Man, I am doing good. We're up here playing in West Virginia tonight, so it's snowy and icy up here and cold, but it sure is pretty country up here, man, you know.
It's so cold here, too. We just got ice and snow today, so it's like,
Oh, where are you based out of?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Gosh, yeah. I'm sure it's colder up there.
Oh, it's terrible. All right, well, let's get started. Where did Stone Senate begin?
Well, long story short, the five of us have always been playing in bands, growing up and stuff over the years. And let's see, back in 2008, I was playing in a cover band in Nashville, and I met our bass player, Paul Zettler, who was originally from Mississippi. And so he and I had started a band called the Shakes with some other players. And then we changed our name in 2012 to Stone Senate. And we brought Paul's younger brother, David Zettler, in to play drums, who's also from Mississippi. And then we brought those two guys grew up playing with a great guitar player, James Edwards. So we brought him in to play lead, and he's also from Mississippi. And then we also brought James's buddy Ted Hennington in to play lead guitar as well, who's also from Mississippi, And so that's kind of how it got together. It took a few years, for everybody to actually get together and for us to get the band set and going and all that, But it was definitely worth the wait, man. It's a great group of guys, and so we have a lot of fun together, and it feels like we make some pretty good music together,
Dude, I love that. Just the way the bands all come together it's such a nice story hearing it for someone like me, because I'm a huge music fanatic. So always hearing how bands come together is always a pleasure for me here.
It's so hard just to keep a band together for the most part, you know what I mean? So I feel like we're very lucky, that everyone has come together and stayed together, you know what I mean? So
yeah. That's definitely an accomplishment, because not all bands can say that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This band has existed longer than any band I've been in, man. And I've been playing since I was a kid, so I'm glad it worked out like that,
Honestly, same. Speaking of Stone Senate, where did that name come from?
Well, long story short, again, we were originally called the Shakes, and we were trying to trademark the name in 2012. And I believe it was Bruce Springsteen's original drummer he owned the trademark on that name from one of his old bands. And obviously he wanted to keep it, he was real nice about it, but he definitely wanted to keep it. So we obviously had to change the name. And so I had an idea to call the band The Senate, but everyone had their own lists of band names and stuff. And so we picked the Stone off of somebody else's, one of the other guys' lists, and then stuck them together. And we thought it sounded really cool, and it looked really cool. So we just stuck with it, man. Stone Senate,
I like it. I really like it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think it's tougher to find or come up with a good band name than it is to almost, to write the songs and stuff, man. Trying to get all five guys to agree on the band name and also, be happy about it, So we lucked out on that one too, I think.
Dude, it is a challenge, because honestly, you got to find a band name that no one else has, and you have to make it original. And that can be a pain, and especially with making everyone agree on it. Dude, that is a nightmare for some bands.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Writing the songs is much easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of your inspirations?
Man, we all listen to, a lot of the same music, but we also listen to a lot of different music. Me personally, I grew up on the Allman Brothers and the Doors and the Velvet Underground, a lot of the old classic stuff and a lot of the old classic country stuff, and so it's I think there's so many different influences, that I can hear in our music, even some of the heavier stuff, to even some of the almost kind of Americana or almost country sounding stuff too, And so I think you hear a little bit of everything in there, but all five of us really, obviously love the Allman Brothers and Skinner, and the Grateful Dead and stuff like that, So
Yeah.
we try to throw a little bit of everything in there, like big old pot of gumbo, I guess,
Yeah, like I grew up with that too. Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner. Like I grew up with that because my dad used to be really into that music. So I always listened to that when I was over with him. So I definitely heard that with this EP. And I'm so glad I asked that question because all great bands,
Yeah.
fantastic
Oh,
inspirations.
absolutely, man. They definitely give a lot of inspiration, Hey, Zachary, man, if it's too dark on my end, I could turn some lights on.
Oh no,
I'm in
you're
our
good. If you want to go for it.
Okay, yeah. So sorry to interrupt you on that, bud.
Oh no, you're fine.
Is that a little bit better?
Much better.
Okay, good deal. Let's see. There we go.
What is your songwriting process like?
Uh, in this band, everybody writes. Most of the time we all write by ourselves, and then kind of bring in ideas or lyrics, or like a guitar riff or something like that. We kind of bring it to the table, and we sit up in our rehearsal room and just kind of bang it out. You know what I mean? And kind of see what comes naturally, as we're playing through it and kind of jamming on it and stuff, But it's definitely a group effort, for sure, even
Yeah.
though everyone comes up with different ideas and stuff on their own, it all ends up getting brought to the table with everybody, and then we kind of hammer it out like that, and actually with this EP, our producer, Toby Wright, really, he was a big part in the whole songwriting process, and kind of just formulating the songs, the changes, and the intros and all that stuff. Even some of the lyrics too, So it was really I guess a 6-person effort, on writing the stuff for this EP.
It's great, honestly, and it came together so well. It's like people get inspiration from anything, and seeing people put it into music is what I love the most.
It's a great feeling, it's something that we're all really passionate about, and once you get that final product, man, it's such a good feeling of accomplishment, I guess, you know what I mean? And you're
Yeah,
excited to go play it live and excited to record it, man. And the more we play it live, I think the more life, that comes out of the song and stuff,
I
And
want to
so,
go to. Sorry to interrupt. I want to go to
no,
your
but
shows now. Just hearing that, like, I wish I was near you guys.
man, I tell you what, well, we're pretty much, always on tour, man. So we'll definitely get up to Connecticut at some point, man.
Well, when you do, let me know, and I'm gonna haul ass.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'd love to meet you in person, man, and
That'd be
buy you
great.
a beer or an iced tea or something.
Hell yeah. Oh, I love music. Like, I'm trying to do like what you were saying earlier about like everyone writes and everything. Like, I'm trying to do my own songwriting too, and it's like I have so many like tracks written. I just got to make my own band to produce it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a process, man. It's I feel like I learn something new about songwriting every day. You know what I mean? There's something new to be learned on that. So it's really enjoyable for all of us, though. It's we really get into it, man. And it's kind of like a year round kind of thing. You know what I mean? Always trying to get those ideas together for the next album or the next EP, and all that, man. So it's definitely enjoyable, though.
It is. I can imagine how fun touring is too. Like just going places you've never been, driving to shows. Like I bet you guys have some pretty fun road stories.
We really do, man, because we're like a little family, man, and we love to have a good time together, and if there's a good time to be had, we'll definitely have it, and so well, we got some pretty good stories. The place we're playing tonight is in Weston, West Virginia. It's a place called Brian's and Brent's Place, which we played multiple times, and it's always a big party in there, man, so it's well, we band. I think that's the thing that we enjoy most is just kind of touring and playing live and seeing new cities and new venues, and especially meeting a lot of new people, you know what I mean? And making new friends and stuff, man. So it's a blessing to be able to do all this,
It's beautiful because every new town is a new experience, and it just adds to like good old memory road, just keeps adding to that experience. So you have tons of stories to look back on.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man. You're exactly right. And you throw a few cold beers maybe, and some fireball shots or something in there, and it's definitely a good time,
Definitely. So speaking of the songs, what was the lyrical meaning behind All the Broken Pieces?
You know, my bandmate James Edwards, he wrote those lyrics, and it was, I guess, just kind of, just looking back on life and his choices and just things that have happened, and just I guess he just kind of had left pieces of each situation around, you know what I mean, and you kind of try and clean up what you can, whether it be relationships or bands, or anything like that, and I that's kind of what he was getting at in that, you know what I mean, if that makes sense, I guess.
It does. It makes a lot of sense.
It's that was a fun one to record, man. That dueling guitar solo there at the end was a blast, man. Ted and James playing that stuff, that was a lot of fun too.
Definitely. That's how I write my music. I just do everything from experiences I've been through and things I've noticed with the world, and that's how I write all my songs.
That's good, man. That keeps it honest, in my opinion.
Yep. My stuff comes from my soul. I want to be as honest as possible. That's just how I write.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the best way to do it, man.
Definitely. My next question is, like we were mentioning before the recording, how all the covers are going to be making one image. What is that about? Because I absolutely love the cover for the EP.
And thank you very much for saying that, man. Our art director Rick Caballo made that cover for us and stuff, and so basically the Dusk EP, that cover is just half of what the complete cover for the full album will be, and the album will be called Between the Dark and the Light, and so the next EP after Dusk is going to be called Dawn, and it's and so there's some there's a concept, I guess, going there that we were going for, you know what I mean, and originally we were out west touring a couple of years ago, and James Edwards, my bandmate, he took a really cool picture from the side view mirror of our van, and it was the moon and the sun both in the sky, and so that's kind of how we were trying to bring that in, into the Between the Dark and the Light concept. And then our art director, Rick, just kind of took that idea and that picture and ran with it and included, the highway in there and stuff, just because we travel so much, so it was really cool, man, to see that final product. You know what I mean? It was even better than what we thought it was going to be, and so that's I can't wait for everybody to see the obviously the next EP and that cover, and then the full cover for the 13 song album, is going to be really cool.
I'm really excited to see that personally. And honestly, looking at it, it would make a really nice vinyl. Like if you ever if you ever make a vinyl record of it, I will be the first to order.
Yeah, man. I was just getting ready to say we are definitely doing we're going to do double vinyls, of it and stuff. And so I can't wait to see the vinyl cover come out. That's going to be really cool.
You need to keep me posted on that because I am super excited. Because okay, behind me
Absolutely.
you can see like the little brown shelf in the background a bit. That's like my
Yeah,
record cabinet. I have tons of vinyls in there. I'm a huge collector. So I always love getting them from bands I work with too, because it's like it shows how far I've come
sure,
from where I started, and I always love getting new stuff in from people I've actually had the chance to speak with. So
man.
definitely,
Absolutely. I'm a big vinyl junkie myself too, man. But we'll definitely get you a couple vinyls sent up to you, man, for your collection, brother, for sure.
dude, thank you. I just love records, and honestly, working with bands like as much as I do now, it's just so much fun. You meet awesome people. It's so many diverse genres. Like
Yeah.
this is my first time working with someone who's like into southern rock. Like I've never had a band like that on my podcast before.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, man. Well, we surely appreciate you thinking of us, man.
Of course.
And let me jump on here with you.
Dude, it's been so much fun. And my next question is, this is one of my personal favorites. Who would you love to collaborate with, whether it be in a recording studio or on tour?
Huh. You know, man, that's a good question. There's a lot of folks that have passed on that I would have loved to have collaborated with, you know. But I think living, man, I'd love to collaborate with Jerry Cantrell. I think from Alice in Chains. You know, I'm a big fan of his solo stuff and the Alice in Chains band stuff too, man. You know, and so I'd love to try and collaborate with something with Jerry Cantrell. I think, man.
That would be beautiful because they are, Alice in Chains is so good.
Man, you know, and our producer Toby Wright, he actually produced the Jar of Flies album, and then the self-titled Alice in Chains album, the last one that they did with Lane Staley, you know, and then he also did the Alice in Chains Unplugged, the MTV Unplugged album. He mixed that stuff, and so he had some great stories, man. And I actually got to I sang all my vocals through a microphone he made for Lane Staley, you know, and so which I thought was really cool too,
That's
you know.
incredible.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I gotta say,
Wow. I'm trying to take that in. That
yeah,
is amazing.
man. I tell you what, it was really cool, man. You know, I'm glad he kept that mic, and I was surprised he still used it, man. But that thing sounds so good, you know. And uh, Toby really made some cool. He kind of customized it towards Lane's vocals, you know, and all that stuff. And so getting to use that was really cool. But Toby had some great stories, man, about working with those guys. He said it was so easy and so much fun making music with those guys, you know. And so it was really enjoyable hearing all that stuff, you know.
That's great. I'm gonna have to ask him to come on the show one of these days.
Man, you should totally do it, man. He is a wonderful guy. He's one of the sweetest people I've ever met, man. You know,
That's
so
awesome.
we were lucky to work with him, man. We were very enjoyable and definitely learned a lot from him too. You know,
Dude, absolute legend right there.
he is, man, for sure.
My next question is, what is the best piece of advice you could give to your listeners and fellow musicians?
Oh, probably don't give up, man. You know what I mean? Keep on keeping on with it, and you know, just try and play live as much as humanly possible, and you know, in front of people, you know, whether there's two people or 2,000, you know, and just keep at it, you know, and keep writing, man, and just don't give up, you know. We've myself and my four bandmates, man, been at it for a while, you know, and we just never gave up, man. And I think because of that, we were all able to find each other and put this band together, you know. So I just say definitely don't give up, you know.
Working together always makes the dream work, and making sure everyone puts in that effort and stays together is very important to that aspect.
Absolutely it is, you know. It's we've definitely learned a lot over the years, man, but you know, not giving up and just keeping at it, you know, has really been an important one for me.
Definitely. And it's gotten you guys really far too, from what I've seen. Like, and hearing all the touring, you guys definitely get around.
We try and get around as much as possible, man. You know, we we still take almost every show we're offered. If we can physically get there, in time to play it, man, we will definitely be there. So it's a lot of fun too, man. We get to see some cool sights and stuff, when we're traveling around, and so that really makes it extra special, I think.
It does, because that's the thing. The journey is part of the adventure, and going to different shows and taking the trip, so you can see some really awesome sights you would never see anywhere else.
Man, absolutely. We played Sturgis the last few years out there for the motorcycle rally, and got to go see oh hell, what trying to think of the battlefield, man, where Custer fell, but and then Mount Rushmore and the Crazy Horse Monument, the little town of Deadwood, South Dakota there, and all that stuff, so it's cool, man. We definitely enjoy getting to see all that stuff, man.
Dude, that's amazing. I love it. I gotta start doing that myself. Just go out and see those sights.
Yeah, it's worth it, man. Seeing some stuff that you may not have ever been able to see, so it's definitely a cool addition to getting to tour around and play some music.
Yes, absolutely. All right, my final question, which is my personal favorite. Do you have any questions for me?
Man, I do not, but I'd love to hear your band project, man. Once you get that up and going,
Definitely.
I'm very passionate about it, so I'd love to hear it, bro.
I will definitely let you know when I start that up. I'm still trying to get myself an instrument, but I'll get there.
Oh, yeah. Man,
I'll get there.
Yeah, keep at it, brother.
Yeah.
And I will also want to say thank you very much, Zachary, for having me on, man. We really appreciate it, and thank you for the kind words.
Of course, it's been an honor. Like, I always love doing these because you never know who you're going to meet. Like, mind you, I started this project after music got me out of a very deep depression, and I just rolled with it. I've never interviewed anyone in my life before I started this. I have never even done anything remotely like this until I started that project up. And actually, about 10 days ago, not 10 days ago, January 19th was my 1-year anniversary of this project. So I'm still fairly new.
Man, well, happy anniversary to you on that. That's awesome, man.
Thanks. And honestly, I've done things I never would have believed. Like, I meet artists I never thought I'd ever meet. I get to see new bands, growing bands, having them back on. It's just so much fun actually doing this. And
oh yeah,
I never thought I'd ever get this far. This is a new adventure for me, and it's kind of like how you guys tour all the time. It's like I'm gonna meet someone new every time I do this and make some fun memories, and it's a blast.
Absolutely, man. That's one of my favorite parts about traveling, like you said, just meeting all the new people, making new friends, you know what I mean? It's just that's definitely a cool part of it too, man. So
it really is. And I look forward to everyone I meet from the beginning to the end. I just look forward to every encounter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You never know what's around the corner, man.
Exactly. Oh, this has been great, and I hope you guys have a great show tonight. I look forward to hearing how it goes.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Zachary. It's been a pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Yes, sir. You too. Stay warm up there, brother.
You as well.
All right, man. Thanks.